And that's the quad drop. I wanted to mute the microphone there because if someone wanted to go for the audio cues. But the setup for it generally is we break the blocks here as normal. Touch the stairs. If you want to be safe, you can 1, 2, 3, jump up, and then do the drop. And once you're down here, and that's it. That's the setup for it. Alternatively, if you want to save an additionally 2 seconds here, you could frame whip here and get the drop. And then it's the same thing. And you're set. I will provide a link below comparing a couple of drops to each other. But the main reason why TAS doesn't work for us is because TAS knows the subpixel value going in. And unfortunately, it's not about getting the subpixel for this drop per se right here. It's about a entirely different subpixel having done this drop and then getting the correct one for the quad drops. And because the task knows its value, we cannot simply copy it. So the only way for us to manipulate the correct value is by doing either of these setups from the stairs. And that pretty much takes care of that. Now for the quad drop itself, aside from doing, basically 2 double drops together, which is 4 frame perfect inputs next to each other, the timing of them is not the same. You see, this is a 2 block space right here. Same here, basically this is a 2 block space you're trying to bypass. But here, it's 3 blocks. And same for the one below. So the timing is gonna be different. It's not universal for each and everything you do here. So that complicates things generally a lot. Now on top of that, let's talk time saves versus time loss. If you get here, say you get here with the frame perfect setup, with a whipping involved there, saving that additional 2 seconds. And that frame whip setup is what Burb generally goes for at the moment. That's currently the RTA one. If you get this drop, you still lose time. It's not much though, maybe 1 second. So if you get 1 drop here, it's generally still pretty good. You won't lose much. If you get the double, you save time. I'm not sure how much, maybe you save 1 or 2 seconds, but you save some time getting the double. The good thing is that the double is basically followed by a double drop using the same timing generally here. So this is the same as you would do in, I guess it's in Rib Mansion or something. So this is something you could get consistent at. The issue really is trying to get like followed from the double, getting the 3rd and the 4th drop. That's where it's starting to become a little bit tricky. If that's not bad enough, say you get the 3rd drop. This is the worst. Why is this bad? This is bad because this is an area you're not really supposed to be in. You're never supposed to be here. So if you do get stuck here in a 3rd one, you cannot simply bypass the wall. You actually have to go up the stairs here and then get back on track to proceed the normal route. That backtracking is, I believe, an additional 8-second time loss. So that's the worst. Like, getting just 1 drop here, that's not bad. Getting the double saves time. But getting the 3rd will actually end up costing you a fair amount of time. There's just nothing good about this one. So as if though the quad inputs isn't bad enough, if you get stuck with this one, it will just be a time loss. As for the 4th, just hold right, and you're free. I've seen people jump off from it. I think it's possible as well. It doesn't really matter, I think, but generally, you probably save more time by just dropping down. And don't quote me on this, I'm not really sure what happens. I think if you were to transition during the camera still not adjusted, that might not be good. I actually do not know. No, it seems to be that the camera actually does get adjusted by the time you transition. So that probably shouldn't be a problem. No, the camera actually gets aligned correctly. But generally, the method we use today is with the frame jump. But if you want to play it safe, you could do the other strats. The frame jump whip is just 2 seconds faster. That's it for the quads. Essentially, overall, it's a really cool thing. It's a really cool thing to get, and it just saved plenty of time compared to going through the normal route, obviously. But it is complicated for many various reasons. For the inputs alone, but also just the timing for it. And also if you do get stuck with a third option, because that will cost you more time generally. It's really hard to say who should go for this. That's an individual question. If you're getting consistent, getting at least a double, that's still good to go for every time, generally. If you're getting consistent with a quad overall, of course, go for it. But it's not like it's required to get this, even for world record today. You could still get sub 32 without this. So it's not actually required to go for it just yet. Eventually it will be. But if you're good at it, or if you do become good at it, obviously, go for it. But it exists. This is the only spot we know of that it really truly works. But it makes this mansion a lot more harder than it really should be, if you want to optimize it. But that is it for the quad drop.